10 lessons that I wish I knew sooner in life. And the first lesson is that pain is inevitable. And I have learned this lesson just recently, just some few years back, that you have to go through pain and suffering in order to experience transformation, in order to experience joy. Just like you go to the gym, you work out, you feel tired, you break down your muscle. Only then you begin to develop a body, you begin to develop a good physique. Or in order to have knowledge, you need to learn, you need to read books, you need to mastermind with people, communicate and have an interaction with people. Only then you will be able to learn and you will be able to acquire knowledge. See, when I was in college, I used to go to the gym with my friends. Well, I just went for 3 days, but every time I went to the gym, I work out, I feel tired, I come home and I feel pain. But that is the only way I can get a good physique. That is the only way I can develop a good physique. Pain and suffering, it is inevitable. You cannot avoid it. Just like there is good and bad, there is light and darkness, there is pain and joy. So, in order for you to experience joy, you have to go through pain and suffering. Lesson number two, choose your friend wisely. See, when you look into my life, you will see that I don't have a lot of friends. Well, I have a lot of people who know me and I know them, but when it comes to my actual circle, the people whom I confine with, the people whom I resonate and share things with, it is just a handful of them, just some few people. Because what I have come to realize is that one single friend who is trustworthy, who shares the same value as you, who supports you, is much better than being popular and let everybody know you and having a lot of friends who does not support you when you need them. So pick your friend wisely. In this life, you are gonna come across a lot of people, a lot of friends, good friends, bad friends, good influence with from different background, from different religion, with different mentality, with different personality. So it is your duty to pick whom you want to surround yourself with, because your environment, the people whom you confine yourself with, will dictate who you are and what you will become. Lesson number three, your word is your reputation. See, if you say you're gonna do something for someone, do it. If you say you're gonna give something to someone or do something for help someone, then do it. Because your word, whatever you say you're gonna do it, that is a reputation for you. If you cannot honor that, nobody can honor that for you. See, back in the days when I was a little younger, I used to go to my grandparents and stay with them for a couple of days. And what I have learned from my grandfather is that he is a man of his word. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it. If he says he's gonna do something for me, he will do it. He's the kind of person that he always tell me, "Mutai jun thakina, whatever you say, you have to do it. Apni kuro kushi kuro lagi." He's the kind of person who will stood by his word, even when an earthquake comes. So what I've come to realize is that as a man, if you cannot respect and if you cannot honor the words that come out of your mouth, how can you possibly expect other people to respect and to honor that for you? How can you expect other people to respect you or even your words? So always remember, keep your words. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. And I'm pretty sure most of you watching this video are between the age of 18 to 30 years old. So it is a good time to learn this lesson. For us to learn this lesson. So while you are still young, learn this lesson, because if you learn this lesson at a very young age, it will build reputation for you. It will build trust. People will trust you more. So always learn to keep your words. Always respect the words that come out of your mouth. Lesson number 4, and that is, the sooner you start, the better you position yourself for success. See, when you start early, when you start building your life early, you're gonna make mistake early, and the earlier you're gonna learn from those mistakes. I'm 24 years old. Of course, I'm still very young, but there's one regret in my life that I have, and that is not starting earlier. I always wanted to start my YouTube channel back in 2019 or 2020, but I always procrastinate. I always tell myself that I am not ready, I was not ready, and I make excuses, I procrastinate, I keep on postponing that. But what if I have started earlier? My channel will be in a different position than it is right now. Or even in my business, if I have started my business earlier, it will be in a different position. Just imagine if I have started earlier back in 2019-20, then I would have more knowledge, more experience, more wisdom, right? So the earlier you start, the better it is. The better you position yourself to grab opportunities, to grab success. So what I want to tell you is that if you have a dream, if there is something, if there's anything that you want to do, just do it. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for the right moment. Don't wait for the perfect time to start. Of course, it cannot be perfect at first. You can just polish it on the process. So if there's anything that you want to do, just go and make it happen. And moving on to the next lesson, lesson number 5. Do not mix emotions with decision making. Because what happens is that most of the time when you mix emotion in decision making, you end up making a wrong decision, taking a wrong choice. For example, let me give you an example. You invest your money into something which you don't really have the knowledge about, but you invested your money into that because you were happy, you were in a state of emotion, you were happy or you were angry, or because your friend forces you to invest here. But later down the line, you realize that that investment was not a good investment, and you lost your money. So before you make any decision, before you take any choices, let your emotions settle down first, and take decision not in a state of emotion or not in a state of anger or happiness, but in a state of wisdom and a state of mind. Lesson number 6, and this one is very important. The market and your customer do not care about your emotions. So what do I mean by this? It means that, okay, I'll give you an example. So when I was just starting my journey on YouTube or even business, I was creating content based on my likes only, based on what I like to create, not based on what the customers want or not based on what the audience want to see. I was printing the t-shirt on with my own design, not knowing what my customer want, not knowing what my audience really wants. That is why you need to create something. If you are into entrepreneurship, business, and content creation, you need to know what your customers want, what your audience want, because they do not care about your emotion, whether you like this or not. They do not care about that. So you need to create something which is in demand, which is in high demand, and which solve a specific problem, because your customers in the market only cares if it benefits them in one way or the other way. Lesson number 7. You cannot grow in a comfortable environment. Take it this way. You have one person in an environment where he is put under pressure, where he is expected by the society to exceed expectation. And on the other hand, you have a person who is always being praised and who is not criticized. Which one of the two person do you think will grow and reach their full potential? Which one do you think? Obviously the first person, right? The person who is being exposed to pressure and is expected to exceed expectation. Because we human beings, we only grow, we only tend to become better when we are being criticized, when we are being put into pressure, right? When we are being put into situations which forces us to get out of our comfort zone. Just like that, if you are living in an environment where you are always being praised, where you are always being praised by and not being criticized, then you will remain stagnant. You will not know your shortcomings. You will not know where you are going wrong. You will just continue living the life that you are living, and you will not reach your full potential. That is why, at any cost, avoid a comfortable environment. Lesson number 8. Prioritize learning. Bear in mind, the skills and the knowledge that you have acquired along the way will always be with you. Even if you lose everything today, even if you lose your house, your money, your family, your friends, everything, your knowledge and skills will always be with you. So prioritize your time in learning and acquiring new knowledge, because it is not just about you. It is not just about learning and acquiring for yourself. If you have knowledge and if you have the skill, you can teach that to your friends, your family, and people who are close to you. And above all that, the most important thing, one day you and I, we are all going to become parents. So if you have the knowledge and if you have the skill, you can impart that to your kids. And if you look it in a business perspective, the skills and the knowledge that you have acquired, for example, sales, it will stay with you for the rest of your life until you die. It will stay with you. Even if your business fails today, even if your business go from 100 to 0, you can still build it. You can still build brick by brick. You can still build from scratch. You can still pull up from 0 to 100, because you have the skills, you have the knowledge, and you have been through that. That is why you know what it takes. You have the idea, you have the knowledge. That's why you can build it again. Lesson number 9. Enjoy every single moment of your life. This is one of the best lessons that I have learned. I'm sure most of you hear this a lot of the times, right? Jawan time to enjoy kurbi. Jawan time to enjoy na kita enjoy kurbo. And that is true, you should do that. But enjoyment, not in a bad sense. Enjoy in a good way. Not doing drugs, not doing partying and doing alcohol. No. Enjoy in a good way. Spend a good time, quality time with your friends, your family, your parents, your siblings. Spend a good time with them. Sometimes go on the trip, go on a trip with your friends, go on a vacation, go on an adventure with your friends, with your family, your siblings. Spend some quality time with your parents, because at the end of the day, it is all going to be memories. It is all going to be a memory in your head. And one day, you will all go your separate ways. Your parents are gonna get old. Your friends, your siblings, they're all gonna get married, have their own family, and you're gonna see each other less. That is why, when you still have the time, enjoy every single moment of your life in the right way, in a good way. Because when you get old, it will all be memories, and you wanna make it count. When you look back, when you grow old, when you are in your dying bed, you wanna look back, reflect back on the good times that you have with your friends, reminiscing about the past, and then smiling. How good is that? You do not, after you get old, you do not want to remember the party and the drunk moment that you have with your friends. No, no, right? You're gonna remember those good times, the laughter, the crazy things that you did together. You're gonna remember those. So enjoy every moment of your life, every single moment of your life. And this is something which I often tell my friends and the people who are close to me. So enjoy every single moment of your life. Moving on to the last lesson, lesson number 10. Protect your money at all costs. This might sound very silly. But this is one of the most important lessons that you and I should learn. We need to protect our money from scam, from losses, from unwanted expenses. Because no doubt, making money is very easy. I mean, just think about it. You need 500 rupees. You go on a daily wages. You earn 600-700 rupees. But the problem is, most people do not know how to protect their money. And even I was like that. I don't know how to protect my money. I can make 3-4k, but I do not know how to protect that money, and it'll just go in unwanted spending and some stupid things. That is why you and I should learn how to protect our money. And this is one of the hard lessons that I learned. I learned with some bad investment. I learned this lesson with some bad investment, with some bad decisions, just like that. So just last week, me and my cousin brother, we were doing bamboo. As you can see in my previous video, mo jun bamboo katishe loijana bekaishe. So when we went to the Koima and when we saw it, the truck driver, he told us taiba mo jun kuishe. Jawan chukra kan bisi mano bamboo go thage. Most of the young boys, they used to do bamboo business, and then they earn at least 40 to 50k. 40-50k kamai dia kuishe bamboo katina na. But tai kuishe, they do not know how to manage their money. Takan pisa bishi kamai liwi takan itu pisa to rakhibole na pare. They just waste it on intoxicating substance, tas kilina, cards kilina, mudu khaina, ni waste kur dia takan na pisa to. See how painful is that? One hard earned kuna pisa kamai na, wasting that on some short term enjoyment. That is why you and I, we need to learn how to protect our money, not only from scams and not only from some bad decisions, but also from unnecessary spending, from unwanted spending. So, learn to protect your money at all costs. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 10 life lessons that I wish I knew sooner in life. If you like this video, comment down below which one of the 10 life lessons hits you the hardest, and share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones. And as always, I will see you guys next time.